Hey guys, Rob here with Beer and Bushcraft. Today we have another machete video. This time it's the Camillus Carnavore X. And this is the titanium version. It comes in 3 sizes. This one is the 18-inch overall length. Means the blade's about 12-13 inches. And I'm not sure about, it doesn't have a whole lot of Amazon reviews on the Camillus. I got it at Walmart. It's actually $1 cheaper at Walmart than Amazon. It's about $24, something around there. I needed it for more vine work. The Paracuda is predisposed right now, so we had some trees come down. They wrecked the chain link fence. I need to take the vines off, and I needed a machete. So basically, it comes in the standard. I mean, this is the exact arrangement it comes in. Comes with this little knife, which I was puzzled by at first, but I mean, it seems kind of superfluous, but it's a really sharp little knife. Let me get a piece of paper here. It's a sharp little knife. I don't know what its actual intention is. I mean, what it's supposed to be used for, other than just being a tiny little knife to go with a big knife. It's got Allen keys on it, just the first 2, and I don't know, I guess you could wrap that if you really wanted to, but it's got this little nylon sheath strapped to here. It goes under this band, and then there's a snap right there. I generally don't like these nylon sheaths, or I didn't for a long time, and then I started watching some of Really Big Monkey's videos. He's a big fan of nylon, and he also straps his knives to the sheaths of his machetes, so it kind of caught my eye. I thought, well, let's give it a try. I gotta say, this nylon is really thick, it's padded, and it's got a plastic sheath inside of it, but this little knife doesn't. Which was disappointing. It actually pokes through if you put it in the wrong way. You can kind of see the tip poking through right there. So I don't know why they didn't line this with plastic like the rest of it, but it doesn't matter. I didn't buy it for this little knife, but it would be nice if the sheath on the little one was just a little bit tougher. As for the big knife, comes really sharp right out of the box. I'm surprised how sharp it is. It's supposedly got a chisel point, but it doesn't really. If you look at it this way, that's not a chisel. I mean, it's not like a Mora craft line chisel, so it's not a proper chisel. This, I guess, is what they're calling the chisel part, but how are you gonna, you're not gonna really be able to hit it with a maul at this angle, and I'm sure you could, but this is almost more a big utility knife than a machete. The saw on the back actually works. I'll show that in a minute. This is a wire cutter. It works well. It's also, I got this for vines, and some of the big ones you can just grab with this and yank. And handles, I don't know what, it feels like it might be G10, but slightly rubberized. Handle's comfortable. It's got a lanyard hole, and this thing is pretty thick. It's kind of a beast. I'm guessing that's 5-6 mil. Most machetes are pretty thin. I've used this a lot now for the past couple weeks, and I'm happy with it. It's actually comes really sharp. Like I said, I've used it a lot. I haven't sharpened it, but it's still pretty much paper cutting sharp, which is unusual in a machete. Again, it's just real short, 12-inch blade. Weighs just about 1 pound exactly, and with the whole package, I think it's like just over 1 1/4 pounds. Yeah, right there. So it's not real heavy, but it might be heavier than what you actually want to carry around as a, they're lighter, thinner machetes than this. Let's see, I could chop some vines with it, but that's not very exciting. Why don't I got this 2x4 over here. Why don't I see how it does against that 2x4, and then maybe we'll saw some of this maple down here, and then I got a big piece of cherry here that we can try and baton through. So let me reset the camera and we'll go. Okay, so this is just a piece of pine, cheap white pine. I'm gonna try and go right between these two knots, and just see how long it takes to go through a 2x4 with this thing. I've used it for a lot of vines and shit, but I haven't actually tried to do any real chopping with it. Let's just see how it does. Yeah, let me move this back just a hair. Taking some pretty deep cuts. My technique is not optimal for 2x4, but neither is my setup. With the camera there, I can only really hit it from one side. That might be enough to go this way. I'm just having a hard time getting the right angles here now. So that's the chopping. Not that long, and I could have done it faster without the camera, but the setup's not that great. Okay. Check out the saw here. I found that it will make some decent notches, but you gotta go real light. As soon as you start bearing down on it, it gets caught. And the fact that this saw works at all is shocking, because considering how wide the steel is on this. So I don't think I could actually use this as a it's not a real saw, but it would make some notches for lines and stuff. And like I said, it goes good as long as you go real light. So that's maple. Then I got this piece of cherry here. This just came off my tree. It's hard wood. I had to sharpen the chainsaw after just making one pass through the trunk. So let me grab my maul, and I'm sure it will baton it. Let's just see how hard it is. I mean, this is really not, it's really green. It's really not gonna be easy, probably. Here, let's go right down the middle first. And then again, I've got the saw here now, so where do I hit it over here? On the saw? It's gonna eat my maul, see? Shit. So it'll do the job, but this isn't the tool that you want to use for it. This is just for vines, you know, just clearing out brush. Seems like a nice little machete, and I do mean little. It's just a big utility knife, really. I don't know the significance of the titanium. I don't know how it's infused, but they claim that this is some kind of titanium job. The non-titanium version has really high marks on Amazon. I don't know why nobody's buying this or testing it, but it seems like a solid knife. Let's do the paper test one more time after I've gone through that shit. See if it still cuts. Seems like the edge retention has been really good so far. Oh, that's not bad. I mean, who's using a machete to cut paper? It's pretty clean cut, not a lot of fuzz there. So it does the job. I'm sure it would, you know, I don't have a ferro, maybe I do have a ferro rod. Yeah, let me try a ferro rod. See how sharp the spine is. Oh yeah, very sharp spine. If you wanted to use this as a big survival knife, I guess you could, but it's got no tip, and it's not a proper chisel unless you count this. But overall, for 24 bucks, Camillus makes a good knife, man. This is worth checking out if you're in the market for a machete. And like I said, it's not terribly heavy, and it's got that little knife if you want to just get the whole kit. So that's it for now. Peace, guys. Appreciate the view. Like and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.